In the early 20th century, countries were competing for land and power. War seemed inevitable as empires began to build up their armies. Countries would make alliances so that their allies could help them if war broke out. Then, on June 28, 1914, Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary and his wife Sophie went on a trip to Sarajevo. They were both murdered by a Serbian rebel who was unhappy with the Austro-Hungarians' rule over Serbians. Austria-Hungary was angered by this, so Austria-Hungary's ally, Germany, persuaded Austria-Hungary to declare war on Serbia. This is exactly what happened 1 month after the assassination of the Archduke. Russia had an alliance with Serbia and was angered when Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia, so Russia mobilized its troops. So Germany declared war on Russia. France had an alliance with Russia and declared war on Germany. With enemies on both sides, Germany used the Schlieffen Plan to divide its troops, but the French were stronger than anticipated and the plan failed. Britain lost its temper when the Germans invaded neutral Belgium and soon declared war on them. Ow! Now, there were two major powers. The Allied powers included Britain, France, Russia, Belgium, Serbia, Australia, and Greece, and the Central powers included Germany, Austria-Hungary, the Ottoman Empire, Bulgaria, and Italy, but Italy would later join the Allies, as would Japan. Austria-Hungary would later take over Serbia and occupy it for the rest of the war. Soldiers had to live in trenches which were full of rats and diseases, or tents. And as a Frankfurter, how could I resist? Oh man, get it! Guns caused many casualties and could mow down many troops in one clip. In World War I also heavily depended on horses that pulled carts, carried guns, and made up the cavalry. Technologies besides machine guns included heavy artillery, radio transmitters, and poison gas that could be shot in canisters. Poison gas could lead to death and burn marks. Hey buddy! So, gas masks were invented. First used during World War I to get past machine guns. World War I also had many dogfights. No, not that kind of dogfight. It's the kind where you try to shoot your enemy clear out of the sky with a warplane. One of the most famous pilots of World War I was German Baron Manfred von Richthofen, better known as the Red Baron. The U.S. had a flying ace too. His name was Edward Rickenbacker. However, on Christmas Day, fighting stopped and people on both sides met in no man's land and talked and exchanged simple gifts like food, cigars, and alcohol. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! For you, I have some ham rations. For you, I have a pack of cigarettes. You know, smoking is bad for your health. And for you, I have a set of silverware. Merry Christmas! Some soldiers played a few games of soccer. Goal! They even sang and danced. However, soon fighting continued. Meanwhile, the Ottoman Empire, which consisted mainly of Turkey, Syria, and Arabia, had problems. People were rebelling against their government. Also, Britain and France had sent soldiers to fight the ally of Germany. Britain and France had also made an agreement to help the rebels and provide them with troops and weapons. the Arabs would find that they had been cheated and that Britain and France intended to keep the land that they helped them win. For the most part, the U.S. tried to stay out of the war. President Woodrow Wilson saw this as a European conflict. But the Allies were growing weak. Russia had to pull out of the war due to a communist rebellion. The U.S. wouldn't budge, but two major events pressured them into it. First off, the Lusitania, a British passenger ship that was believed to be carrying secret weapons, was sunk by a German U-boat. Over 200 American passengers were killed. As if that wasn't enough, Arthur Zimmerman, the German secretary, sent a telegram known as the Zimmerman telegram to Mexico, saying that if Mexico declared war on the U.S., then Germany would help it to reclaim New Mexico, Texas, Nevada, and other states that Mexico had lost during the Mexican-American War. This pushed the U.S. over the deep end, and they declared war on Germany. Germany. Eventually, the Allies closed in on Germany, and so Germany surrendered. All the major powers got together in France and signed the Treaty of Versailles. The Ottoman Empire was broken up into different countries, and Serbia won its independence from Austria-Hungary, which had become the two separate countries, Austria and Hungary. The Treaty of Versailles said that Germany had to pay the Allies $3 billion, which bankrupted the German government. The Austrian Empire was finished. Bulgaria, however, was for the most part unaffected. The Central Powers had to give up their colonies and parts of their land. But peace would only last so long until World War II started.